think I got myself into certain habits that weren't particularly good. Got myself into some ruts. Wasn't feeling particularly fit. Had the want to do something, but I think when I was in that sort of space I was in at the time, it was kind of always difficult to actually sort of commit to things and do things. So yes, it feels very different to what it does now. To be honest, I think I was lacking hobbies in some sense. I think the default for me was if I was bored about something, it would be to catch up with friends or go to the pub or something like that, which I still do, but I kind of realised that I was probably going to the pub too much, and you just start thinking about your health. And I think it was even just that sort of culture. I was having a lot of days where I was waking up and I wasn't necessarily feeling my best, and I think I just had these moments where I just thought I could be feeling a lot better than this. I want to be feeling a glass half full a lot more of the time than the opposite. So that was what sort of made me want to make a change. Yeah, like I say, I think it had an impact on my overall mindset. It was the mindset, and I think everything breeds everything else. So it was always the case. I wasn't ever in a really bad place, so I think that was it was always at a point where I thought, oh, it's okay, I'll do something. Even with the fitness, I kind of had all these intentions to do some things at home on my own and start doing it. But then it was a case of, it was always, I'll start tomorrow. I had my routine wasn't great about what time I'd get up in the morning. And then when I did get up, I'd have all these ideas maybe the day before, but I kind of thought, what were them ideas I was going to do? It was that sort of thing. It was just the habits weren't there, and then the motivation was kind of there, but because the habits weren't there, it was just really hard to get any momentum going with anything really. So again, it comes back to the point of being in a rut. They're quite phenomenal really. I've got myself into the habit. I enjoy coming to do workouts, which isn't something that I thought actually that would be something I would do. Even the thought of doing the gym, it was more for the sake of I should be doing it because I should be fitter, not because I'm here to enjoy it. So that element of it's just like completely, it's brilliant. I look forward to it. Because I've got a determination and drive, coming out of a session, if I'm at work for example, and I've had a busy day, I actually think, it's really good, I've got a session coming up. So I do the session, and now whatever stresses or whatever I might have had at work, they're kind of gone. So this is plays a massive part in kind of resetting where you're at in a day, especially if you're not particularly having the best day. I think it's just the drive. It gives you a drive. It gives you drive. It sort of like sets you goals. It sort of gets you used to reaching targets. It's just a general feel-good factor. So yeah, habits are there now, and the results in terms of how. I probably I'm older than I've ever been at this moment, and I've probably never been fitter, if I'm honest. So yeah, that's the truth. It's just given me a bit of a different mindset about things. So it's like it's just given me it's given me a much more positive outlook on things. It's kind of reminded me that what I can achieve, even the results that I've seen myself, to be honest, I'm quite surprised if I look back to think I wouldn't have really thought I would be able to do some of the things that I've been able to do now. So it gives you that sort of belief of learning something new. It makes you think, actually I can start something new and learn something new, and if I put time and effort into it, then you can actually just exceed whatever you even think. So it's not even about setting goals, it's just about doing it, getting yourself into the right place, mindset, and just making sure you turn up really. And even when it's tough, even if you have those moments of sort of, it's a bit of an effort to come, which, to be fair, in all honesty, I don't have very often, but it's important that I turn up and just, I don't think I've ever come here and regretted coming here on any session, and I think that sort of speaks volumes, to be honest. So I'd say if you're thinking about doing it, you're halfway there, and then I think just do it. When I started inquiring about it, we spoke, didn't we, a couple of times, and probably, because I was kind of trying to consider everything. But what I think what you have to bear in mind is it's priceless. It's kind of an investment in yourself, and you will see the benefits throughout most of the things you do in your life afterwards. So it's much more than I'd say a gym membership. So that's what I would say, to definitely just go for it really. If you're thinking about it, do it. It's hard to quantify. I think I'm getting. I think this is it. I'm getting a bit of everything. I'm getting much more feel-good factor. Ultimately, I'm getting much more feel-good factor, and that all comes from, achieving things, from my mindset being different, from working my body, seeing new things happen, wanting to learn new things, and eating healthier. It's just my general outlook on things is that I haven't had to give everything up that I did enjoy that I thought was bad. But everything's a lot more in moderation, and I've brought a lot more positive things into my life, which just give me a much sort of better outlook on everything. And the feel good thing just does breed it throughout everything you do. If I'm honest about coming to somewhere like a PT centre, which I know is quite specialist, the cost was an element for me, because it isn't a gym membership, and that's exactly what I've been saying throughout this whole thing. I think it's everything that comes with it, and for me, if I'm honest, I think my mindset when I first joined here was to join for 6 months, and then I would take what I learned and kind of do it on my own. The knowledge, I have got that knowledge, and I've got my records and all of that, but to be honest, I realise how valuable it is on a continuous basis for me, and so the cost isn't, as I say, it's an investment in myself, and it's less than probably what I pay in council tax every month, so it's like you've got to always put these things into some perspective and think about what you're getting for yourself. So yeah, it's been huge, to be honest. Yeah.